Published 0703 EDT, the 15th of September 2017. Updated 0820 EDT, the 15th of September 2017. From the booze to the blues. This week looks as if it's only going to get worse for Arsenal. Struggling against a team with no points and just one goal after 3 Bundesliga games, wasn't in the Europa League script, and certainly wasn't the way to warm up for a London derby at Chelsea this Sunday. The Arsenal fans who gave their team pelters at half-time against Cologne before they turned it around on Thursday night are unlikely to hold too much hope for the trip across the capital, where the 56 available for a home win, the Gunners at just under 41, looks like an opportunity to buy money. Alvaro Morata has already scored 3 goals in 4 Premier League games for Chelsea since Arsenal won 53 at the Bridge in 2011. Chelsea have taken all 15 points from the 5 meetings there, scoring 15 goals in the process and letting in just 2. They've scored in 23 straight home games in the league, and since losing to Burnley on the opening weekend have won 4 on the spin, the most recent a 60 hammering of Azerbaijani side Karabakh 48 hours before Arsenal's own European bow for the season. Alexis Sanchez helped Arsenal turn things round against Cologne after a miserable first half. Arsene Wenger's recent record against the title chasers hasn't done him any favours. You have to go back to January 2015 for the last time he won against a team who finished in the top 6 last season. It was Man City who crushed Liverpool 50 after the Reds thumped Arsenal 40, so big teams, big scores. It's happened twice this season and we're only 4 games in. Chelsea to win by 3 goals or more is 92 Sky Bet, and winner 2 or more is 85, while over 3.5 total goals in the game is 85 with a few bookies. Chelsea had 5 different scorers on Tuesday night. There was an own goal too, and were able to leave Alvaro Morata on the bench, but he'll be back looking to add to his tally of 3 goals, all of which have been scored with his head. HE's 72 bet 365 for the opener. Even several firms at any time, while Betway are offering 70 for his next Premier League goal is another header, while it's 25 he uses his feet. Fit again, Eden Hazard is 74 at any time with Paddy Power, Betfred and Betway. Like Chelsea, Manchester United impressed as they kicked off the European adventure, and like Arsenal before the break anyway, Everton didn't. Wayne Rooney returns to Old Trafford with the Toffees in Sunday's other game, but United, with Romelu Lukaku and Marwan Fellaini also facing former employers, look like the biggest home banker on the coupon, and 13 is about as good as it gets. Romelu Lukaku will face his former club when Manchester United host Everton on Sunday. Wayne Rooney also goes up against a few familiar faces on his return to Old Trafford. Lukaku is 31 for the first goal and 10-11 at any time, while Fellaini, who could get a run in the absence of injured Paul Pogba and who has 2 goals this season, he only managed 4 in the entire 201,617 campaign, is 72 with Paddy Power just to score. The first ever top-flight meeting between Bournemouth and Brighton kicks things off on Friday night before Roy Hodgson takes charge of Crystal Palace for the first time when they host Southampton at lunchtime on Saturday. A 4th defeat in as many Premier League games signalled the end of Frank de Boer, but even if the Dutchman had kept his job, it would have been worth backing Palace this weekend. There were positive signs in the 10 loss at Burnley last week as they bossed possession and had 24 shots. We know not many of them were on target, but it's a start as they search for the first goals of the campaign. Southampton haven't been much better than the Eagles up top, drawing a blank in 3 of the 4 matches, and, going back further, they've only scored in 3 of their last 12. Add this to the new boss bounce at Selhurst Park, and the 2,110 available for a home win is worth taking. In the 3 p.m. games, Manchester City look unstoppable heading to Watford, having hit 5 against Liverpool and 4 at Feyenoord, and are worth backing to see off a team who have been much better on the road than at home. Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus both scored in last weekend's rout in Holland. You can get 158 Sky Bet, they're both on target again. Liverpool will be glad they're not facing Jesus and Aguero again until 2018. Saturday's opponents Burnley have scored 5 goals this season, the same amount as the City pair, but they've also held Tottenham to a draw and won at Chelsea, so Jurgen Klopp will be taking nothing for granted. Manchester City pair Gabriel Jesus and Sergio Aguero are linking well together. Homes: Manchester United, Chelsea, Sheffield United, Wigan, Exeter. 2:11 Marathon Bet Victor, Betfair aways Man City, Fulham, Shrewsbury, Charlton. 121 Several firms draws: Newcastle v Stoke, Hull v Sunderland, Bradford v Rotherham. 401 Betfair team to win with both teams scoring: Leicester, Motherwell, St Mirren. 2301 Stan James from oddschecker.com. A home win is 310, but a hammering is unlikely, and Liverpool by 1 goal is 31, while a home win by a 12-goal margin is the same price. Sky Bet. Leicester's season so far has seen them fall short against the top teams Arsenal, Man United and Chelsea, and pick up results against weaker opposition Brighton in the league and Sheffield United in the cup. Huddersfield, despite a solid start, fall into the second category, and the visiting Foxes are no better than 118-41 for the win, with both teams scoring. Newcastle against Stoke has the look of a draw, while West Brom at home to West Ham could end all square. Tottenham fans should be in for a tea-time treat on Saturday with Swansea the visitors to Wembley. Borussia Dortmund were dumped on Wednesday night, proving Spurs can win at the temporary home, and Harry Kane followed up last week's double at Everton with another 2 against the Germans. Harry Kane has found his shooting boots and Spurs have won at Wembley. Spurs are 14 shots, Swansea are 161, but we like the look of Betway's special on Kane. Much has been made of him never scoring a league goal in August, but, as expected, HES started September with a bang and is 72 to net in every Premier League game this month. After Swansea, it's West Ham and Huddersfield, both away, so as long as he stays clear of injury you'd fancy him to grab at least a couple. HE's 115 Betfair for 2 or more on Saturday night. Prices from OddsChecker correct at time of publication, subject to change.